In today's training session, what I want to show you is I want to show you the ability to make it rain and the concept that you need to understand. Before we begin to roll out more training, more swipe files, and everything that myself, Matt, and the team are going to roll out in the future for you. Now, first and foremost, every single day you're going to be waking up to a few key things. You're going to be waking up to yourself, and this is you. You're going to then wake up to a handful of clients, and you're obviously going to wake up to your list of prospects. These are people that have opted in. These are people that know you. They kind of have raised up their hands to actually want to get information from you. And these aren't people on social media. These aren't just everybody. These are people on your list. These are people on Facebook. These are people inside of your bot messages. These are prospects that have identified themselves as people that you can help. They've identified themselves as bad or a mum. These are people that have paid you because understanding the concept that they are paying to give you attention. And of course, there's you back here. And so as we dive into each and every single day, the hierarchy of importance comes down to you. It comes down to, do you have your ability to shift your perspective? A lot of the things that I spoke about over last week inside of the inner circle was your ability to get perspective. See, do you currently see things from a place, or do you see things inside of the trenches? Your ability to shift your perspective so that you can ultimately do the work, do the right kind of work, put in the work with the right kind of intention. What does this mean? Well, chances are, if you're here watching this hot seat with me live, then we're going to do a lot of perspective shifting. Your ability to come in and set aside Monday, Wednesday, Friday to sit down with me will shape your perspective. And chances are, if you've watched this in the past, every single time you've jumped up the hot seat, you've either had more clarity, you've had more certainty, you've seen something different that you haven't seen before. But each and every single morning, you must take ownership to shift that perspective. Because when you wake up, shit's going to get real heavy. You're going to be wondering about your clients. You're going to be wondering about your group. You're going to be wondering about your prospects. Your mind's going to go in all sorts of places. And inside of that moment, you have a choice. You have a choice to either shift your perspective, or you have a choice to actually jump on to your device and start scratching the fucking itch. See, we all have choices each and every single day. This is the hardest choice to make. This investment that you make in yourself to be able to shift your perspective is the hardest choice that you need to make. This is your ability to create space. This is your ability to shift your perspective by going through gratitude and being grateful and feeling the emotions. It is not hacking this process. This is a process where you must sit down and set the intention. You can hack the process. You can write some shit down and not feel it. Did you shift your perspective? Yes or no? No? Well, you have not created space. Just because you created space, it doesn't mean that you've shifted your perspective. And so this investment requires you to wake up every single day and actually make a conscious decision. Will I shift my perspective? Will I alter my behavioral patterns, my habits, my stories, and let go of my triggers and not fall into my triggers to actually focus on the investment in me? If you do this, it's going to give you a different line of sight. It's going to ground you. It's going to be able to shift your perspective. Now, coach, this is the hardest fucking thing for you to do, because this is the most important. It's the most important up here, yet it's the most difficult. Because my question to you is, are you investing in you? Are you investing and improving your value? Are you improving your perspective? Are you improving your focus? Are you improving your ability to grow? You see, I say this a lot of the times, but I'm going to have you consider that right now you are failing to invest in yourself because you don't see yourself as the most valuable asset. The second thing that we begin to look at after you've invested in yourself, after you've invested in growing your knowledge, shifting your perspective, shifting your focus, and then setting aside your top 1, 2 tasks to execute for the day. Every single one of you in here should not have a to-do list of 10. You should have a to-do list of 1 thing, and you should do it, and you should accomplish it. And then tomorrow, you should accomplish 1 other thing. And then tomorrow, the next day, you should accomplish 1 more thing. And you should get into this habit of building. The next most important thing comes down to this idea around your clients. These are the people that are going to grow your certainty. These are the people that ideally, this area of growth, you want this, and you want them to grow in to become you. But as you begin to grow, they'll grow in to become the previous version of you. But if you stop growing, your clients will stop growing. And so here, there is a system and a component where you are thinking about building processes, building infrastructure to support your clients, building processes to support their clarity, building processes to support their certainty, building processes to grow the community, building processes to improve your culture. Coach, you're here as a builder. You are building shit so that the stuff that you build today grows in value tomorrow. I want you to think about what I just said. You are building things today so that the stuff, the assets, the infrastructure that you build today grows in value in a year because you can serve more people. And then, of course, the last thing that we step upon and we touched upon was this idea of your prospects. And your ability to make it rain lies in this classical scenario. When I look at your ability to make it rain lies here in how much value you deliver to your clients. And I shared one key core concept at the event. I said, look, there's only so much you can help a particular person see. There's so much you can help your prospects see. If they have not paid, they have not given your attention. If you do not have their attention, your ability to actually help them transform, that success rate decreases. And so because you give your attention to me, I can shift your perspective. I can get you clear. I can give you certainty. I can give you clarity. I can help you overcome your stories and help you move forward. Now, this game is a game of attention. Your prospects have not paid, and therefore they will not give you attention. And so at the end of the day, fundamentally, the only way to transform your clients is to get their attention. The only way to get their attention, and they'll give you attention, is if they pay to give you more attention. Here inside your prospects have not paid. They've not paid for your attention. And so the attention that you might receive is 3 seconds. The attention that you might receive is 3 minutes. Yet your clients give you greater attention. You'll see here that your clients give you 30 minutes of attention. Your prospects only give you 3 minutes. And so for every single one of you, your ability to make it rain comes down to looking at your list of prospects down in the last quadrant. These people. And understanding that every single day, if you can actually grow this through Facebook ads by increasing the amount of prospects. Number one, increase the amount of prospects. Increase the amount of prospects that you have every day, a single day. Did you go from 100 prospects to 110 in the next day? Month by month, are you increasing your prospects? Do you go from 1,000 to 2,000 month by month? How are you tracking and measuring the amount of prospects that you increase? These prospects I look at like seeds. These are seeds that I'm beginning to plant. And you and I both know that if we want to eat fruit, then we must be able to plant the seeds. We must first be able to plant the seeds, and then we must be able to nurture them. First, we must plant the seeds. Planting the seeds is actually growing your list. Growing your list means that you are going to run paid advertising to grow the amount of prospects that you have by giving away free challenges, free content, a webinar, a training series, whatever that case. But every single month you are building this asset, you are growing this asset. The second concept is this. If you want fruit, if you want to make it rain and you want to get the fruit as the outcome, the only way that you can get fruit is not just by planting the seeds. If you want to eat fruit and you want great quality fruit, you want the best fruit that you've ever had, then you have to nurture the seeds. You got to put fertilizer on them. You got to give them the best of the very best. That is, water the seeds every day. You got to make sure the seeds have sunshine. You have to make sure the seeds have fertilizer. You have to make sure that these seeds are properly nurtured for them to become fruit. And when they become fruit, they ultimately become your clients. This is the whole concept of being able to make it rain. So how does this look practically? Well, if I'm coaching dads and I'm saying, well, I'm going to lead a movement of dads and these are my dads, I'm going to run a Facebook ad to get dads in. And ultimately, each and every single day, I'm going to provide valuable content to them every single day. I'm going to increase the amount of seeds that I have every day, and I'm going to increase and put out content specifically to water my fucking garden. I'm going to water this garden. I'm going to water this garden bed with content. I'm going to fertilize my seeds. And so what does this look like every single day? I talk about this idea called the conveyor belt, that all of you are here at some particular time because I planted seeds. That is, an ad got you to come in to join my list. That is, an ad got you to enter your name, your email address, and it got you to enter a page so that I had 2 forms of asset. I had 1, your email, and I had 2, a retargeting pixel. I could follow you everywhere that you went because you opted in, which means you're a seed coming inside of the 1%. You're not inside of the 1%. You have not beared fruit, but you are a seed. And I am pouring and I'm pouring and I'm pouring and I'm investing and I'm fertilizing that seed so that you begin to grow, so that you begin to take action, so that you begin to grow into fruit. To pay, so that you pay attention. And as a result of your attention that I have, your consumption, I can give you more clarity to help you move forward. Now, I want you to think about the journey that you've had inside the 1%. Before you came in, how long, at the very first contact, when did you become a seed? I want you to type inside the comment below. When did you become a seed? When did you become a seed? Was it a month ago? Was it a year ago? Was it 3 years ago? Was it 4 years ago? At what very first point did you come in the 1% as a seed? And what did you begin to see or get or access from the team, from me, whether it was a podcast, whether it was content, whether it was training videos, whether it was testimonials, that we continue to pour down and invest, that we continue to pour down and invest inside of you when you were a seed. When you did not invest in us, we invested in you. We delivered fertilizer, we delivered sun, we created movement inside of your world to show you that there was investment such that you could bear fruit one day to us. And I want you to think about the first question is, when did you first become a seed? The second question, what fertilizer were you exposed to? And so I want you to think about this core concept, because when it comes down to making it rain, it is very, very simple. Each and every single day, are you finding new people and adding it to your garden bed? Are you finding new people out there and adding it to your garden bed? The great thing about Facebook ads, it could be Facebook ads, it could be Instagram ads, it could be Snapchat ads, whatever the type may be, you are getting a particular person interested who is inside of your niche, who is your avatar, who is your ideal client, and bringing them inside of this garden bed. And then ultimately, the second question I'm going to ask you right here is, are you delivering value to them? Are you delivering value to fertilize this garden? Are you fertilizing your garden to actually allow these people to slowly step up and bear fruit one day? And if you are not, you won't make it rain. If you are not, you're not making it rain. And the whole concept around marketing, and this is how it grows, is I will teach you what the launch and what the evergreen is. And if you're launching your program, again, if you're in camp number 1 that we covered last week, we're going to get you to focus. We're going to get you completely focused so that you launch successfully. And that's the only conversation that you're going to have. How do I launch this successfully? And so we're going to remove you from the groups and allow you to focus. Now, once you've gone through launch, we're going to bring in the evergreen system, and we're going to allow you another way to continue to plant your seeds and water the garden. We're going to show you how to plant the seeds and water the garden. But the fact of the matter is, right now, you need to focus. So if you revealed over in camp number 1, well, this is not going to be for you. You're going to focus on the launch. And until you've successfully built out the launch, you've got your recurring clients, you've built your online coaching program, we go back and we apply this idea. But I want to have you understand this idea right now, because a lot of you expect to eat fruit, but all you have are seeds. You've run an ad. These people have come into your water. They've come into your garden. They've actually just stepped down as a seed, and you're like, dude, motherfucker, where the fuck's the fruit? And you have a lot of seeds here that you are not watering because you do not see the concept. You do not see that you have to fertilize them with the very best content. And the content is what we went through inside of the accelerator, PPAP. What is their pain? Exacerbate that into the problem, agitate further, and tell them what they've tried to solve the problem, but it hasn't worked, and then share the principle so that they can actually move forward. And as you actually apply these video content in the term of Facebook content, you can then use retargeting ads, and you can use emails to drive the content, to drive the consumption. Because it's one thing for you to have seeds, but it's a completely different thing to actually make sure that these seeds are absorbing the water. These seeds are actually absorbing. The ground's fertile. And so what we have here is we have this ability to actually use this practically. And I want to show you the practical application of it and where you're at, because inside of the 1%, as we wrap up 2018, as we move into 2019, there is no excuse here for anybody who can't make it rain. If you're here and you can't make it rain, you can't generate $10,000, $15,000 a month, you are simply not using this idea. You're not using this concept. You're focusing on the instant gratification. Your concept is not focusing on growing your seeds and watering the garden. Because if you do, if you put in the work, if you put in 3 months of planting seeds, watering the garden every day, the 3 months of seeds that you planted 3 months ago will bear fruit. And because you do this every single day, you just have to put a backlog for 3 months. And then from 3 months forward, you'll continue to get fruit every single day. And that fruit will actually be able to make it rain for you. And that fruit will grow your online coaching business. So how does this work practically each and every single day? Well, every day, if you're running an ad, and you're actually getting emails, and you're getting seeds, this could be a free challenge. Running an ad, you're growing your list of seeds here. You're growing your list of prospects, and each and every single day, you must have an ability to put out content to drive PPAP into this so that you can fertilize them, you can get them to know, like, and trust you. And everything that you're going to be doing here is going to be driving through Facebook retargeting, which means you get to follow them. Everything that you get to do here is email follow-ups such that they bear fruit. This process is very, very simple. It's not hard. This process is very, very simple. And the two methodologies that we're sharing with you to grow your business comes in from the very first methodology is number one, launch. Use a launch to actually, number one, grow prospects, get more prospects, grow your lists, and then identify, get clients. With every single launch that you run, you should be getting 50, 60, 100 clients, but also at the same time, your list of prospects should actually grow. You should have more prospects than you do have clients. And then the same thing happens with the evergreen system. As you pull in with the evergreen system, you will continue to get prospects every day. Your list will grow. Your retargeting audience will grow. You're going to get more and more and more and more prospects each and every single day. And at the end, you're also going to get clients. And so no matter where you are, if you want to launch 3 times a year and you want to run the evergreen system as a blanket under your launch. So when you're not launching, you're launching a 5-day challenge. It's automated. A webinar, automated. And you get people opt into that webinar, your prospect list grows, and at the same time, you also get clients. And when you're not launching, you're running the evergreen. And when you're launching, you're actually growing your business fast. So we're going to be using these two methodologies and ideas in order to grow your business. And it begins in December 2018. And as we roll into December 2018, I'm going to share this concept for you and with you to actually help your business grow in December. Now, most of you might believe that, hey, December is a really bad time of the year where my business can't actually grow. I'm going to show you how to plant seeds, water the garden, and then get clients at the same time. And as a whole community, we're going to use this month to actually grow and get clients using marketing and sales methodologies that you may have been exposed to, but it's all driven by this core concept of plant the seeds, water the garden. And so, team, this is a quick wrap up, because what I'm going to share with you here and what we're going to go through on Friday is we're going to go through the training that we're going to go through for December and what we're going to go through in 2019. However, this wrap up is this. If you're in camp number 1 and if you're launching, then focus on the launch. Don't worry about the evergreen. The very thing that will confuse you is not having the focus and the discipline to do what's ahead of you, but you keep worrying about where everyone else is at. And because the fear of scarcity, the fear of getting left behind, the having greed, you want to go in and execute things, but you actually don't execute anything properly. So my advice to you is this. If you're in camp number 1, you're launching for the very first time, you're coming to our community, awesome, go and fucking launch. Do the very first steps and follow the system. Then as soon as you've successfully launched, you'll come in, you apply the evergreen system as a blanket for you to continue to grow your prospects and for you to get clients. And for those that are inside of camp number 2, you're going to go through the evergreen system. We're going to go through marketing methodologies to show you how to increase your prospects and get clients at the same time. So T, this is a very, very simple concept on how we make it rain here. A very, very simple concept on how we get clients to chase you, not the other way around. But it requires you to play the long-term game, the 3-month, the 6-month, the 12-month watering of the garden, and not chase the dollar every single fucking day. When you begin to chase the dollar every single day, you're going to notice that you're driven by your ups and downs, your ebbs and your flows. And inside of that particular place, you don't have the foresight or the runway for you to get clients consistently, and you'll be stuck in a place of scarcity. So what I want you to do right now, and I'm going to give you an action plan, is do you understand the concept of growing your prospects? What are you going to do to continue to grow the seeds? And what content do you have lined up in the form of PPAP so that you can begin to actually nurture, water the gardens, and be seen to these prospects as the very, very best expert?